Hello everyone. This video is going to help you to learn the navigation for Blackboard. Some of you may be new students, and this is meant to give you an introduction. So when you first come into Blackboard using your username and your password, probably looks something like this. You might notice on the left-hand side of the screen that you have some help and resources links that you can use to get help for Blackboard if you have more specific questions than are going to be answered in this video. On the right-hand side, you'll notice Blackboard announcements giving you information about training. Or down at the bottom, you can see more announcements. You can take your time to review those. Most importantly, in the middle, we have this course list. And today we're going to be focusing on BUSN 1300, Introduction to Business. Okay, once you click the link to come into the course, it looks like this. Any announcements that have been posted will be showing up here in the announcement screen. Typically, announcements are also sent to the students as email messages. So you might see email messages if they're sent to the class as an announcement in your email. Okay, over on the left panel, you'll see a list of links. Now, if on your screen you don't currently see that panel, it's because Blackboard has instituted what's called screen optimization. For small screens, they want to make sure that you have the opportunity to see as much actual content as possible. And so they've created this opportunity here to close or collapse that left panel. The screen you're looking at right now is large enough that I can leave that panel open, but it is simply a toggle switch that you can open and close at will. And if you don't see this arrow, if it's closed and you don't see this arrow, just slide your mouse slowly down the left side of the screen, and you may have resolution on your screen that's lighter than mine, but if you slide it slowly, the arrow will appear and you'll be able to expand that panel. For most of you, the panel is probably already open, but for a few, the panel may be collapsed. All right, what you'll notice are a list of navigational links, and they will allow you to explore different sections of the Blackboard course. We're going to look at 3 sections in this video very quickly. We're going to start with the Start Here section. When you click the Start Here link, you'll see that there, I'm going to actually move this into a student preview so that my screen looks a lot like yours. So you'll notice the first thing you'll see is this message about Start Here items. And basically this is letting you know that students who do not participate before this deadline, August 18th, in the course and get assignments taken care of will be dropped from the course as no-shows. So we put a message right away to let you know that you need to interact with this section so that you won't be dropped. All right, the next item is an introduce yourself. This, if I wanted to give you a little heads up about the icons. In this section, you'll notice that this icon is just informational. When you see this blue page with the right top corner turned down, that means that this is not an assignment. This is just information that's being provided to you. It might be instructions for an assignment, or it might just be a heads up that something needs to be done. So when you see this, you don't need to be worried that it's an assignment. This, when you see 3 pages or 3 kind of post-its together with a tack, that is a discussion board icon. Discussion boards always require interaction from the student. So what you would want to do is read first what's being asked, and then click on the link to do what's being asked. In this case, when you click on the link, you'll always see these choices and you'll want to create a thread. Once you click the create thread, you'll see that you need to give your thread a title, and then you can type right into the box and participate in the discussion. When you're finished with your title and your copy, then you would just go ahead and click submit. All right, I'm going to go back to Start Here. The next item is going to be the syllabus. Your syllabus is presented to you in 3 parts. First, it's course competencies. Those are items, and you'll see this icon is a web. Looks like the world, and it's a web link. So what it means is when you click this, it's going to take you to a page that's being stored on a server. So you can read through this and see what the course competencies are. Notice right away that Gwinnett Tech Smarter Measure is in the course competencies section. This is an online course, and it's always a good idea for students who have not been online students in the past to take this particular Smarter Measure survey. It takes about 10 minutes to complete, and it will help you understand your readiness level for taking an online course. Other things in this particular section include the course competencies, and you'll see that they're numbered here. You will also see them listed in the Blackboard website, and I'll show you that in a moment. And then other items, information is being provided to you here, along with some links at the bottom, repeated links that you saw when you first came into Blackboard on the left-hand side of the screen. All right, I'm going to close this page. We're going to go to Academic Affairs Policies. Academic Affairs Policies are not specific to a course. They are overall policies for the entire student body on campus. And you'll see things like a grading system that is campus-wide, an attendance policy, academic integrity policy. Understand that all of the information provided in this section, again, is not specific to a course, but is applicable to the entire campus. The third part of your syllabus is something that was put together specifically for this course and by your instructor. And so it may not be complete as I show it to you right now, but it will be complete in your course on the first day of class. It should include things like textbook information, the course weights. Again, it may repeat the attendance, and it would be specific to anything that your teacher has indicated for this class. Again, everything in here is going to be specific to the course that you're taking. Let's go back to start here. After you've reviewed the syllabus, you'll be taking a syllabus assignment. Your teacher may put a quiz out here, or she may or he may decide that something as simple as this assignment is okay. It simply indicates that you have read the syllabus and you either do or don't have questions. Finally, there's a textbook information, and let's go back to these icons just again for a minute. We discussed the 3 post-its with the TAC. That's a discussion. A folder looks very clearly like a folder. And then these little things are assignments. So anytime you see this icon anywhere in Blackboard, you're going to know that something needs to be done by you, the student, and it's probably graded. So again, here, anytime you see a link, you just click into the link and then follow the instructions. And the last thing you see here is an assignment for a student information form. Notice that in this type of assignment, the teacher's actually included an actual link to a document. And so you would be required then to open the document. Notice that it is opening, and I'm going to bring it over to the screen. I have 2 screens here. So you would first save the document to your computer, giving it a name that probably is the name of the document along with your name. Then click into the gray areas. This one happens to be set up as a form. You would just tab to each item, complete it. When you're finished, save the document, and then remember where you saved it, because it's going to be required of you to go back and get it. So once you click into this assignment, you'll be then browsing your computer to find the document, open it, which would serve to upload it, and then click submit. Again, anytime you see one of these icons, That is an assignment and most likely a graded assignment, so you don't want to ignore those. We talked earlier about the fact that the blue page with the turned down corner is just information. There's not going to be a grade, so it's just giving you information. Go ahead and read that. It's to your benefit. And then notice at the bottom, there are several items here that are strictly informational. There's a folder which provides you with a list of links to our school website for things you may have questions about. There is the disability statement and our college privacy statement. So all of this is just information for you. Once you've reviewed that to your satisfaction, if you have any questions, you would want to address them to your instructor. You could do that by clicking this link, email, and then you can either select a user from the course, or if you just want to send something, selecting users means that you would have a list of your fellow students here. If you wanted to send them an email, selecting all instructor users sends it to whoever is the instructor on your course. So in this case, you would see that if you send a message here, both the program director of the program would get the message as well as your specific instructor. The response back to you will most likely come directly from your instructor. Okay, and then let's look at the lessons section. This is where you're going to find all of your assignments. You'll start out by seeing that in this particular course, competencies and outcomes have been provided to you. Again, this is blue, so it's just information for you. More information. And then there's a link. You're not really sure what to do with that link yet, but it would be explained in a previous message. In this course, it looks like if you read this information, you'll see that the course is broken down into parts, which probably will coincide with the textbook that you're using. This learning module will use chapters 1 through 5 is what it says for part 1. So you can expect to have reading, assignments, and tests for chapters 1 through 5 in this section. So if you click into it, you will see that you get a list over here of items that can be clicked into for each link. So you have the ability to navigate using this list, or you can navigate using this arrow. So you're on page 1, and then it would immediately take you to page 2, which is just a title. Page 3 actually opens up a PowerPoint for you. You'll see down here it loaded for you, and then if you click it, hopefully you have PowerPoint loaded on your computer, and it would open up the PowerPoint for that chapter 1. And I will admit, Blackboard is a little clunky with the navigation at this point. If you wanted to get released from this, you would simply close this particular tab, and you would be returned back to this list. So you could then go forward, and you'll notice on the left-hand side, this is the Chapter 1 discussion. This is a graded assignment. So you would read what's required of you, and then do what's expected, and then click in to the assignment. Actually, this is the rubric. It tells you how it's graded, and click to launch will take you right into the assignment. Notice that it says this is a post-first discussion. That means that you would have to create a post before you're going to be able to see anyone else's posts. You would always be required to post. Notice here the teachers indicated that all course discussions have the same requirements. One original response to the prompt. This is the prompt down here. And then at least one reply to another student, which would give you 25%. That would give you a 75% for that assignment. And a second reply would give you another 25%, which could raise your grade up to a 100%. Of course, your grade won't necessarily be 100%. Notice that all posts must be quality in terms of both academic and content and proper conventions. The course instructor determines quality. So if you are used to just saying, oh, great idea, I agree with you, that is probably not going to get you very many points. These are academic discussions, and you really need to do a little bit of research and include your sources when you are posting your responses to people. Okay, and then let's go back out to lessons. I just want to get out of this particular area. Notice that if you looked at that instruction, I'm going to kind of take you a little bit around the way here. Notice that when we went into that discussion, it said assignment, view the grader's video in chapter 1 using the link provided in the lessons folder. And so what you would want to go back to is the lessons folder. This is the link, Introduction to Business. When you go in here, if you haven't, at the point when you come in here, if you haven't already signed in or provided your code, this is where you would do that. I am going to exit from student preview real quickly to show you, so I can show you what you will, wow, it took me out of the whole thing. Let me get back into Blackboard. Sorry about that interruption. Oh, I see what's happened. They have changed my login status here, so I'll go in a different way here so I can get back into the course. And I'm not going to go into student mode at this point. I'm going to stay here in the teacher forum so I can show you what, once you're logged in and you have everything linked, this is what you'll be coming into. This is the actual textbook that you are using. And it's broken down into chapters, as you can see. And remember, the assignment said you needed to watch the graders video. Now, graders is chapter 1. So a couple of ways to get there. You could click this link over here, which is going to break down sort of in a table of contents fashion. Then click chapter 1. And then you want to, let me see if this works. Click the chapter 1 link, click this right here, and it'll break down chapter 1 into sections for you. And again, with the icons, anything that looks like a little movie camera, I know that looks kind of childish, but this is a link for a video. Anytime you see this icon, you're looking at videos. And it said you wanted to look at the grader video. So for that assignment, you would want to sort of target your attention here to this video. When you click, now again, if you don't have a fast internet connection at home, it may take a little longer for something to populate for you. So in this video, you can see that it's 6 minutes long. It does have the ability for you to show a transcript, which is the actual copy that you could read if you wanted to, or you could just play the video. So it would start, you can't hear anything because I have to turn down, but you would watch this 6-minute video, take notes, listen carefully. You might want to show the transcript or download the transcript.
My name is Richard Grader. I'm the President and Chief Executive Officer of Grader's Ice Cream. Grader's is a fourth-generation family business founded by my great-grandparents back in 1870. In Cincinnati, we make ice cream, candy, and bakery goods. The one that we're most famous for is our ice cream. We send that all across the country and are in the process of growing and bringing that into new markets.
I'm going to go out of here and go back to lessons. You'll notice that as you finish one chapter, you can move down to, and remember the first part included chapters 1 through 5. So you'll see them all listed here. This would be everything that you could click on, and then also they coincide with what you see over here. So this chapter 1, Business Now, that's this pane. Chapter 1, PowerPoint, that's this pane. Chapter 1, Discussion is right underneath, that's this pane. So you can see that there are multiple ways to navigate. All right, so the next thing I want to show you, and the last thing, is the calendar. The calendar is going to be populated with all of your assignments and their corresponding due dates. So you can notice here, and I'll just show you that everything on the calendar is a link. So if you click here, semester begins today, but also there's sometimes a description that will be also given to you, indicating more information. So you can see that for this first week, you don't have anything due until Sunday. Sunday the 18th, the syllabus assignment, the introduction assignment, and the student information assignment are all due. And if you'll remember, they were all resident in the Start Here section. So that's the syllabus assignment, the introduce yourself, and the student information. All of those were in the Start Here section. Notice on Monday, your teachers indicated that they want you to start reading Chapter 1 and that your assignments will be due on the 25th of August for Chapter 1. If you look at the 25th of August, you'll see two links. One is for your discussion, and you can click right into, you'll have the opportunity to click into the discussion from the calendar, or you could go to the lessons folder and click into that discussion. And then the second item is a Chapter 1 test. Again, there'll be a link here from the calendar that'll allow you to go into the test, or you can go back to the lessons folder and access the test from the lessons folder. All right, the first 5 or 6 weeks have been loaded in here for you. Everything up until fall break, which is not the halfway point for the semester, but it's the first week in October. So it looks like everything's been loaded until that point, and that's all the way through Chapter 6. And that is about all I wanted to talk to you today. I thank you for your time. I hope this video will help you to get started in the course. Have a great semester.